Despite filming 35 videos and being at CES and its associated conferences and other events from Sunday to Wednesday, I was in the main convention center for about an hour and a half. That's the nature of CES. There's too much to see over too wide an area. In some ways, it may be easier to get the big picture by staying home and reading and watching coverage. But there is something about being there that you can't get from home, such as actually shooting the internet-connected basketball that has the built-in sensor that gives you audible tips on how to improve your shot based on what it senses. Or meeting the founder of a company who started by building a product for blind people and realized this product could also provide walking directions to the sighted while collecting personal metadata, all hands-free through a person's shoe or insole. Or the German company that developed an FDA-approved device that helps physical therapists help their patients from afar. This could be especially important for rural areas where physical therapists are few and far between. And there were demonstrations of technology. Technology such as low-cost LiDAR that literally augments humans' abilities with laser eyesight. It'll help their cars react to road conditions and even read road markings and signs. This could be the start of a huge advancement in safety and could be especially good for fleet service vehicles traveling rural roads. And CES is more than consumer, as many companies were showing different ways to improve industrial processes. For instance, there were at least 2 vendors showing what amounts to a Linux PC integrated into a head-worn device that looks like a pair of safety glasses. Utilities and others are starting to develop apps for these sorts of devices, allowing hands-free transmission and reception of information by frontline field staff. Of course, 3D printing was everywhere, and a book could be written just about the intriguing approaches that were on display. One of the printers that impressed me was a device that uses regular 8x11 paper to produce virtually any item. It truly was an unbelievable experience to hammer a nail using an implement printed with paper. There were examples of printed furniture, a car bumper, and even clothing. This modern piece of printed fashion points the way to the future we have seen in the movies and now is here. And that future presented itself on the Las Vegas Strip around 11 o'clock Monday night. As I was walking back to my hotel, there was a big brouhaha on the Strip. There were police and cameras, and it wasn't clear what was going on. It was a motorcade fit for a president, but in fact, it was Mercedes-Benz's vision of how the transport experience will evolve as autonomy becomes the way of life. Along that theme, it was fun hanging out with a couple of autonomous car gurus who have been envisioning and laying the groundwork for this mobile, automated Internet of Things for decades. Hopefully, the autonomous car won't mean a continuous line of mobile billboards, as is often seen on the Las Vegas Strip. Although one billboard did provide yours truly with a valuable piece of information about Dish TV and their new $20 per month Sling over-the-top cable service. And while you're home watching that latest over-the-top video service on your 4K OLED TV, you can be sure your home will be protected, as there were a multitude of devices and services that make the home both smart and secure. And while sitting back and relaxing, it'll be time for a homemade brew from an internet-connected machine that makes any amateur a master brewer. So raise your glass to an internet of tasty things. And operators, if you haven't already, register for the CO to Data Center event at ITS Fiber. It is next month, right after NTCA's Telecom Executive Forum in sunny and warm Florida.